I'm not going to do a close-up. I don't want to gross anybody out. But maybe you got some messes like that around your house that you need to clean up as well. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Melinda, plain and simple. This is what I'm going to be working on today, part of it anyway. Got a couple of other things that I need to work on as well. So if you've got something around your house, anything at all that you need to tidy up, clean, organize, or declutter, grab your stuff and come on and let's do it together. Now this little mess right here needs to be tidied up. This is a strategically placed mess. And the reason for that is because you may know, I'm putting the flooring down in the family room. So we have, on purpose, blocked the cats out of that room. And you can see I have stuff over here as well. But if I didn't have things up here, they would be able to jump up onto the counter, onto that, and into the room. So I have things up here just as a deterrent. But because I have the planks down now, and it's time for me to move on to getting the baseboards in, I just feel like I want to clean this up. I want to tidy this little mess up and do a little reset, and I'll feel better about that. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm also going to be tidying up this mess. I'll tell you about that in a second. But first, I'm going to show you what I did a couple of days ago. I don't remember how many days. A couple of days ago, I did a little something out in the garage, and it goes along with this transition part. So I'm going to plop that in here right now, and then we'll get back in here. I'll probably do this first, but I might show you that in the video first, because this is messier, ickier. Yeah, so, but yeah, let's get going. You got your stuff? Let's get started. Okay, here it is. We have a couple of boxes that we've been using to kind of help us with the boards as we put them through. If it's something that is too big to fit into this saw here, like if it's wider than that, I can't cut it on that saw. I've been doing as much cutting as I can do on that saw, but we also got this saw because that one can't do them all, and I was realizing the utility knife was too hard for me to cut it. I did half the floor before we got it, and before we got that out. So half of the floor I did it with a utility saw or utility knife. Not easy. But we went ahead and got this table saw, not an expensive one. The guy said it might get you through the job, so it's okay. But anyway, so as you can see, we've got all these remnants of things, and there's the dust and stuff. I think you can buy a bag to catch that, but we didn't buy that because we're not going to go into carpentry or anything. We just needed it for this job. But there's also the box. Randy put it up there. So if we don't need to keep that box, I'm going to go ahead and declutter that today. But I want to get this stuff here all cleaned up and sweep the floor. I'm going to grab as many of these as I can with one hand here because I'm recording. And I'm just going to go ahead and put this stuff in this trash can out here. Let's see, look at that, all that mess. So I'm not done working on the floor yet, so we won't be taking the saws away. They'll still be here because we still need to do the baseboards and stuff. But I wanted to get this mess here cleaned up. Kind of a little break point in the thing. The planks are done, so let's take care of some of the mess before we move forward, making a mess. Okay, and there's some over here as well. We'll just clean all of this up. Let me know, really, down in the comments, let me know what you are working on. If you're working on something, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do cleaning with one hand, or if it's just going to have to be a lot of before and after and intermittent things. I don't know. Because like I can't really sweep the floor with one hand, I don't think. But, I'm going to be just kind of gently getting all of this stuff together in a pile. And then I'll sweep it up into the dustpan. I do have one of those that you can sweep it up into the thing without bending over. But it's in my kitchen, and so I don't bring it out here. It belongs in my kitchen, not my garage. And so I'm going to get this little bit of mess cleaned up. And I might go ahead, after I get most of this up, I think I'll bring the vacuum cleaner out and make sure that I get the rest of the residue up. Get as much as I can up. Before I do that, though, I don't need to have all this in my little vacuum cleaner. Look at all that. And there we go. Now it looks a lot better. Not perfect, but it looks a lot better. I was going to bring the vacuum cleaner out and vacuum the floor, but I think I'm going to wait to do that. I think I got enough of this stuff up, and I am going to still be cutting out here because I still, like I said, I have to do the baseboards and stuff. So I think that's going to be good enough for now. And I was going to go ahead and toss this into the trash bin outside, but I think I'll just leave it. And then when I finish the job, get it all tidied up, then we can toss that out with the trash. So I think that'll be fine. I got the cord up and everything, so I think that's looking good. But while I'm out here, I'm going to go ahead and sweep these rugs. I've been trying to keep these, this little area tidied up. So I'm going to sweep those rugs and kind of sweep around here a little bit. While I was sweeping up the floor, I realized I saw my niece recently and forgot to take that with me when I went over there. So it's still sitting here. Hey, Bobby, what you doing? Are you sneaking in there? He's sneaking into the room because I've pulled the chair away from this box that we have here. Like I said, that's keeping them out of the room. You can see him in there. But anyway, the situation with the chair is this. PJ likes to lay on that chair and had a towel laying on that chair. Well, she got sick. And so I'm just going to go ahead and toss the towel. I've already cleaned up the really icky parts. Luckily, she didn't get it on my vacuum cleaner. It was right close, but she didn't get it on there. But I'm going to go ahead at this point and just kind of wipe this chair down. I haven't done that for a while. And that way I can make sure that there's no splatters on it. But also it's dusty. You know, the legs are dusty and stuff. And that way I can kind of get that taken care of. That's just something that I just don't think to do very often. And one of my goals with decluttering is to get my house in such a situation that if things happen, like, you know, feeling sick or busy, you know, life happens, you know, like right now I'm working on a project, and so everything's kind of, that's taking a lot of my time and energy, and so things around the house are getting neglected. And so my goal is that I get things decluttered enough around the house that even if that sort of thing is happening, the house can stay kind of in order. And right now it's really not. It's really a mess. But my channel is not a cleaning channel. And so that's not what I want to do on my channel. I'm just doing this right now because, one, I need to, but also because I kind of wanted to be able to just talk about this just a little bit, and just, you know, say, you know, one of the ways I'm going to know that I've decluttered enough is that I can handle my own house even when life throws, you know, stuff at me, you know. So no matter what it is, you know, stuff happens, and that, you know, that's just life. But can we handle our situation pretty well? I mean, it doesn't have to stay perfect, you know, things happen, but you know, you can kind of tell. It's like, whoa, this is not what we want. And that's kind of where my house is right now. Everything is really just all out of order. It is really a mess. And this is not where I would be focusing my attention right now, frankly, if PJ had not gotten sick. But you know what? While I'm cleaning up that mess, I might as well go ahead and take care of this as well. Because I do, at least for right now, intend to keep this little yellow chair. I'm not sure why, but I like this little yellow chair. I think it cost me like $2 at the thrift store a few years ago, and so that's why I bought it. But you know, so, you know, just look at your situation. You know, maybe you have some things in your life that's going on, and you know, is it causing your house, is it causing you to not be able to take care of your house the way that you would like to. And, you know, maybe look at your situation like I am at mine. Every time something like this happens, I look at it and go, okay, I'm still not there yet. I still have more things. I mean, I already knew that. I know I'm not done. But it's like I definitely know that I still have more to do. Because anytime this stuff happens, my house gets into really, you know, it gets all out of disarray. It gets in disarray really, really quickly. And, but I do know now that I can get it back in order. Where before, when I first started, I was always nervous about that. You know, I didn't know if I'd be able to get it back in order. It always just scared me. You know, would I fall backwards? Would I start having messes and leaving them again? The thing I do now is, I get messes, but I don't leave them. You know, they might stay there for a little bit, and I don't get them cleaned up quickly. You know, I mean, I can't do it all at once. I don't have energy for that. But I get it done, you know, and that is my goal. But I want to have it so less of them happen. So I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there. Because before, this would have just stayed. I would have cleaned up the icky, but I wouldn't have done this. I wouldn't have cleaned this. I wouldn't have taken time to, you know. I've already cleaned the rest, and actually I already went over and did my dishes. I meant to go down and throw some stuff in the washer before I started doing this, but I forgot to do that. So when I get done with this, I'm going to go down and do that. And now I'm going to flip this chair over. I can't do it with the phone in my hand, but I'm going to flip this chair over and make sure that I get underneath of this seat as well, and the bottoms of these feet. And then I'm going to be done with that, and then I'm going to clean up that mess. So like I said, I did my dishes. You can see there weren't very many, but I needed to get them done, so I did. Got a load of towels in the washer now. And while I was washing my hands, I took some stuff out and threw it in the trash bin outside. And while I was washing my hands, after I did that, I felt myself, all of a sudden, I was just thinking about all the things that I need to do around my house. I need to sweep, I need to mop, and it was like, my brain was just going, and I'm like, no, stop. That's what gets you into trouble. Starting to think about all the things that you need to do and getting yourself too distracted. And for me, that means I'm not going to get anything done. So I pulled myself back center, and this is what we're dealing with. This is the only thing we're going to be dealing with right now, because we did the other thing already. And the reason I went ahead and I got the dishes done is because, one, I didn't have very many, but I needed to do that. Let's see, I need to get something else to stand on. I think I broke my chair. Huh. Pooey. See, it had a crack down it. It's okay. It was okay for sitting on, but I reckon it ain't no more. It might get decluttered. Oh, well. I just doing it right in the wrong spot. Well, anyway, what I was saying was, though I don't remember what I was saying, but it was something about not getting distracted and just doing the thing that you need to do. Hang on. I'm going to get me something else to stand on. I'm going to get that thing right there. Hang on. So, yes, I am going to go ahead and declutter that chair. I'm not even going to bother trying to fix it. It's not going to be something that anybody's going to want to sit on, and I'm not going to have it just for the cats to sit on, because then I'd have to be telling people all the time, don't sit on it. So, yeah, now that it's cleaned up, I'm going to go ahead and declutter it. Maybe somebody else will want to fix it, but I'm not going to, so I'm just going to go ahead and let it go, even though I like it. Oh, and what I was saying was, though, I did go ahead and wash my dishes because I needed to, and there wasn't very many. And I threw some towels in the washer because that way they're doing it. The washer does the work. All I had to do is throw them in there. So that's happening while I'm doing this rather than putting that off. But now I need to get some of this stuff off of here and see what I've got going on and clean this up. This is a tool that I needed while I was working on the floor, but I don't know that I need to keep using it right now. I don't know that I don't need to. So I'm going to, if I can get it open here, if I can stick it right back in here. You can see I've got some of my stuff in here. This will eventually get tidied or cleaned out. You can see the kitty cat paws are in here. We actually ended up using them in the process of bringing this gentleman's hutch in here because we had to get it in here, and so they actually came in handy. So I'm glad I didn't declutter those, and I knew right where to go grab them. And then let's see what else we've got up here. Okay, so I think I can just take all this stuff down. I only need to keep one set of these instructions, and that will go with the extra tiles, because you're supposed to keep some extra of the flooring tiles. So I have a few extras, and I'll keep that to go with them. And I don't think I need this stuff. There's some more tools and things up here, so I'm gonna grab this stuff down. I can't do it standing on a ladder with one hand and the phone in the other hand. I'm not gonna be able to do that very easily. I could, but it'll take longer and it won't be safe. So we're gonna go for safety first. So I'm gonna grab all this stuff down, and then we'll see what we got. I'm sure I don't need this anymore. This is the packaging from the underlayment that we used, and these are the inserts that were with the planks, so that can go. I'm gonna give this to Randy. He made a little puzzle for me, and so I'm gonna give that back to him. I'm gonna wash these and put those away. Looks like one of us had some Oreos, so that can go in the trash. So we'll toss that over in there. And the packaging for the tape that I had to have for the underlayment, that can go. This little bit of stuff, I don't think we can need that for anything. And then somebody sent me a birthday card, homemade. That was very sweet. One of my cousins. And so I have this knee pad. I ended up not even using my knee pads. There's the other ones over in a basket over here. But I'm going to put those back together and put them away. Put this away. There was some paper towels. I'll put that with cleaning stuff. So I need to keep some of the instructions for the planks, because I still will have some of those left. I'm not sure if we'll need any of that, so I can always toss that after I'm finished with the whole job. So I'm going to leave that for now. That's bits of the underlayment. And I haven't put the threshold things in yet. That goes with that, and this goes with the threshold. So those I'll be keeping. I thought about putting the little chair out here on the porch, but it seems kind of big. There's room. I mean, the door can open and everything, but it just doesn't seem to fit the space well. And like I said, you can tell it was already had been broken. Whoever had it before had repaired it. But I think I'm just going to go ahead and let it go. I also thought about maybe I could stick it out, in the back in one of the little flower bed or places. That's heavy. I need to go through that at some point, but I think it's just gonna have to go. I don't think I really have a good place for it, so I'm just gonna take it on out and sit it out there at the road, and maybe somebody will see it and they'll want it and they can fix it and use it for something. Maybe they have a porch or something they can put it on. As I was taking it out there, I thought, well, I could sit it out there in that little area where that light thing is, but it always gets overgrown with weeds, and that'd just be something else that I'd have to take care of, and I probably wouldn't. So I just went right on by and put it out there by the mailbox. I'm just gonna let it go. Bye. Well, this is just a temporary solution, but I moved all of that other stuff that I was using to barricade the cats out of the family room for the time being, moved all of that away, and I used the packing boxes to make a room divider. Randy helped me. He put the tape on it for me, but I made it so that, well, obviously it's tall enough, so that way they can't get in there, as long as Pumpkin doesn't realize he can jump here. So I may have to put something here to keep him from jumping over. I don't want him to get hurt. But I made it so that the boxes can fold into each other like this, and then that way I can move it out of the way easily so that I can get into the room when I want to, and then when I want to block the room off, I just fold them back out like this, and voila, they can't get in there. And I will slide this chair over against that, because Pumpkin will try to move it out. PJ wouldn't, but Pumpkin would try to get in there. He would manage. But I'm going to move that over there, and that way it won't topple over, and it will do the trick until we get an actual room divider. And then we can block them out whenever we want to, or let them in whenever we want to. Anyway, I think it's a pretty good solution. And when we don't need them anymore, they can go into the recycle bin. And hopefully this will do the trick to keep Pumpkin from trying to jump over the room divider. What is that, Bubby? What is that? Nope, 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 nope. I put it here. I put it there. It didn't look right anywhere. I moved it this way, moved it that. Still didn't like where it was at. I had a thought. I thought again. I put it back where it had been. Then gave it up and let it go. A move, I think, was apropos. Till next time, happy decluttering. Bye. What you doing, Pumpkin? Yeah? Are you going to declutter some stuff? Yeah.